Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do if it doesn't resonate with you. If you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So channel members, you'll have a collective message post later today, so definitely check that out. And if you're interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Taking a step aside and allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Oh, okay. There's like this, what? This is a super powerful energy. Whoever's message this is, you have like really like stepped on your path. This feels like somebody who's really embraced this energy of either a high priest, high priestess sort of energy. So working very close with like that source energy. It's almost this feeling like I know who I am and I know what I'm doing here, right? Oh yeah, I like that. All right, let's see. Okay. Which deck do I want to pull for this? Because this is wild. All right, let's see. I love it. Okay. Starseed, what lights you up? A lot of you may resonate that way. Okay. Okay. There was a... Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm getting this kind of like a person's core essence. We have starseed, so a lot of you who this reading is going to be for, you probably do resonate as having originated from elsewhere, even if you don't align with the starseed narrative of things. Here, what we have: align your life, what is not aligned, what needs to change, Bentonk, and longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And so this may have been the challenge that someone has had to face inside of their life, really feeling like they don't belong, feeling very misunderstood and judged. And this is something that threw someone out of alignment of self, right? Causing someone to doubt themselves, to question themselves, to really wonder, you know, for some of you, I'm hearing, am I crazy? But it's a fractured sense of self. So someone had to work through a very fractured sense of self. And it's because of being so different and having this different purpose and different drive, right? Here, what I'm getting towards the other end, I swear to God, every time I do a reading that feels like it's for people who might resonate as a starseed collective, right? Whatever your idea of that is, notice every time I do a reading for that collective, something tries to stop me from talking every single time without fail. So here, you're already doing it. We have stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Like I said, whoever this message this is, you already know. You already know that you're on the right track. You already know that you're heading in the right direction. You're already well aware of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You may feel like there's lots of obstacles, okay? If you notice this, look at all those mountains. You may feel like there's a lot of obstacles. I do feel that whoever this message is for, you understand that you're about through those obstacles. This is almost giving me like that light at the end of the tunnel. And some of you don't even need that light at the end of the tunnel. You're not concerned about it, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. There is something here that is ending. The Ten of Swords usually is the end of some sort of mental anguish. That's why it's 10 swords. And in the traditional Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman-Smith, the Ten of Swords, off in the distance, you can see that the clouds are breaking and there's the sunlight. So again, it's the idea of there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Something has ended, something has been put behind someone. I feel that this message is kind of coming through to say that whatever it is that you've been through the worst of it. And you've overcome those obstacles and acquired the abilities and the skills that were necessary for whatever it is that you were going towards. So all the struggles, all the hardships, they were all building you into the person you needed to be able to contain this thing, to hold this thing. Current energy, please. Okay, so the current energy is this Queen of Cups. Okay, and I love this card because this card feels particularly psychic to me in this deck. We have the Queen of Cups almost like sitting on this throne, and the raven itself, or the crow, both for me, it's very connected into spirit, right? Spirit messengers. Oftentimes the voice piece for spirit or for the guides or for the ancestors. And here, combined with the moon, there's something about moving within the astral spaces. So whoever this message is for, you probably meditate a lot. You might even do some astral traveling or astral projecting. Dream spaces may be very important for you. There's something here also about midsummer, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I have the crab, and that's really standing out to me as Cancer. So some of you may have a Cancer placement within your chart that's very significant, but I feel more so than that, there's something that we know may be taking place around Cancer season for us. I'm seeing this lotus on top of this sort of rock formation here, and that lotus, it's kind of like the rose imagery for me, but the rose imagery for me is really about the self. It's really about 3D and how we remove those obstacles from the self, which may have been what someone was going through here, but the lotus is about the opening up of the divine faculties. So someone here is experiencing a lot more psychic ability, especially with the Queen of Cups coming up. You may be noticing that your telepathic connection is stronger because it goes hand in hand with an empathic connection also. So you may be picking up people's feelings more, or you may be developing the ability to control that gift. There's some shapes in here. This is kind of interesting, and I don't know what this means, so I'm just going to start talking and see what comes tumbling out. Those look like coffee beans to me. So the coffee bean, for some reason, that's making me think of the time I grew some coffee. Little coffee trees. And they have those round, smooth leaves. There's something here about that. It's almost like the things that someone is growing for their life right now is starting to fuel them. So maybe before in the past you were somebody that didn't like to work a lot, or you weren't somebody that liked to clean your home, and it's almost like the things that you didn't like before, now that you're doing them because it's about creative expression, it's starting to fuel you in a new way. Here with the King of Wands, this kind of backs that up. The King of Wands is in control of his willpower. He knows how to direct his willpower. So I think it's very interesting that the Queen of Cups is looking to the past. It's like she understands that her power comes from this, whereas the King of Wands, our willpower, is more focused on the future. So it's this nice balance of, the past made me but doesn't define me, but it's also equipped me for what it is that I'm going forward. And I'm going to say this, it's almost like someone is keeping their foot in a door that's not closing. I don't mean on like a relationship or a situation. It's almost like someone is purposefully making sure that there is a little bit of not a great boundary so that they still receive the psychic information, or that they're still a little wounded so that they can experience certain things. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure out what that means. I'm just going to say it because it's what's coming through, and then if it's you, you can decide what that means for you. Okay. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Now, Nine of Cups is the happiness card, right? So it's wish fulfillment and happiness. For me, the Nine of Cups is a little different. And the reason why is because the Eight of Cups, it shows the individual leaving cups behind. They're leaving what they've already established. And most people view it as they're leaving that and they're never returning to it. I actually view it as they're leaving to find where the ninth cup is, and they bring it back. So there's something here, and we kind of get a feeling of that also with the theme, which is the judgment. It's like there's something that we return to, that now that we've returned to it, we're bringing more to the table, and this is the final piece to go forward. This kind of ties me into, I know that there's been several readings. I don't know for how long because I don't remember all of my readings, but I know that there's been several readings throughout the course of the last couple of months at least. They've talked about somebody that's returning to an energy or a hobby or a passion that they used to have, and they're bringing it forward in a new, mature way. So this could be, for example, somebody getting back into divination, somebody getting back into some sort of spiritual practice, somebody getting back into a practice of magic, especially with that original high priestess energy that was coming through, or not high priestess, high priest energy that was coming through. So someone is bringing something from the past and pulling it forward into their future because it's part of their skill set. It went dormant for a little while, okay? Ooh. And then the imagery on this is striking me right now as 3 pillars, right? There's the pillar of light, the pillar of dark, and the middle pillar. That's just like how it's striking me right now. So someone has balanced both of these energies within themselves. They're not always like light, 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 and they're not always dark, dark, dark. they've merged it into this third form, right? So there's a lot of balance. And, you know, in order to truly embody the high priest or the high priestess, there has to be that kind of balance. Oftentimes that darkness is the reason why the high priest or high priestess has secrets, right? That's the esoteric side. And so someone here has developed almost that esoteric undercurrent within their own personal practice. There's a lot of messages coming through for whoever this message is for, not just because we have the presence of the symbol, but I'm once again looking at my post office receipt stack, which never used to happen. It's been happening a lot now that I've been getting this energy for somebody that keeps going back to that has gone back to something and is bringing it forward into the future. So I think that's kind of interesting. Divine Messenger is kind of like the energy that's giving me. I'm noticing that the sirens are going off in the background, and I'm going to be honest, the way that that's striking me in the moment is it's almost like we're coming to a period in human history where your gifts are going to be needed, right? Like it's kind of come down to the line in some regard. I don't mean this in like a doomsday way or anything like that. It's just that there's something about the type of collective that you have been molded. I'm going to use that term, right? Don't take everything so literally. I have to use English languages here, English words here to like describe things. And unfortunately, we don't have all the words we need to describe abstract things like we have in the spiritual universe. But someone has been molded or commissioned to, or whatever it is that you want to apply, to work within a particular collective. And this particular collective is kind of coming down to the nitty gritty, so to speak. And this is why someone is now having this sort of resurgence, because that's the energy this is giving me, is like a resurgence energy with all of the information to go along with it. This is almost like understanding, oh, I fit this piece of the puzzle, and as long as I walk this path, I'll be doing what I was supposed to be doing. There's a certain level of surety inside of this, like someone knows and trusts the process and understands that they've always been on the path. They've been through enough to see that, to understand that. So I think that's super powerful when someone comes to that place. But the sound of the sirens, I'm going to be honest, there's a little bit of that feeling of it's go time. So if you are someone who has... I don't even want to say that. I don't feel like I'm even supposed to say that, because I feel like whoever this message is for, this is just kind of like confirmation for somebody that this is what you've been through, this is what you're doing, and you are actually on the right path. I don't even feel that the person who this message is for really needs that confirmation, but sometimes it's nice to come across a reading that talks about it. There is just this one element. Okay, I will talk about the one element. I do feel that there's someone inside this collective that is kind of wondering, since I'm picking up this practice from the past, what if I've changed and this is not supposed to come with me? If it lights you up, it's supposed to come with you, right? And that's like the only thing I really have to say to this collective is if it's something that truly lights you up, that is part of you, right? Not something exterior to you. If it's something inside of you that you're bringing forward that truly makes you feel alive, then it's supposed to come with you. The numbers 2 and 3 are standing out to me also. And I have to say it because I feel like it's important for somebody. Alt Control. I'm looking at my keyboard. Alt Control. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. So whoever's message this is, if this resonates with you, feel free to like this. Feel free to leave me a comment. Until next time.